Greetings and welcome to another tutorial for WP Maps. In this video we will be going over one of the latest features of WP Maps, which involves syncing your Google My Business profile with your WP Maps account. And by doing so, you will be able to show the store information on your Google My Business profile directly onto your store locator widget. So the information will appear here on the store list, and by doing this you will be able to show accurate and up-to-date information without having to perform any manual updates constantly. So let's see how you can go about doing this. So the first thing we need to do is to get the Google Place ID for the store or stores that we want to sync with our Google My Business profile. So let's go to the Stores tab over here. Now we will select a store that we want to sync with our Google My Business profile. Click on the Edit button over here. Then copy the store name or the business name, come down here and paste it over here. Then make the correct selection, and the Google Place ID will automatically be fetched by WP Maps. Now we just need to save the store so that the information is saved. And now you'll have to repeat the same process for each store that you want to sync with your Google My Business profile. So let's do this for one more store. Click on the edit icon, copy the business name, scroll down here and paste it over here. Make sure you select the correct store or business, and the Google Place ID will appear here. Let's save the store once again. Now there are two other ways through which you can get the Google Place ID. You can either use the Google Place ID Finder, or you can upload a CSV file with the Place ID information. We will link an article that will explain to you in more detail on how you can get the Google Place ID using these two methods. So once we have the Google Place ID for our stores, now we need to get the Google Business API key. So once we are at the Google Cloud Console, we will need to get the API key from here. So once again, we will leave a link to a document that will explain to you in more detail on how you can get the Google Business API key that you will need for WP Maps. But for the time being, we have already created a project and we have generated an API key over here. So the additional step that you need to do is to restrict this API key using an IP address. So click on Actions over here, click on Edit API Key. Under Set and Application Restriction, select the IP addresses. Now let's add the IP address that we need to add. So the IP address is 3.215.207.236. Please make a note of this IP address because you will need to enter the same IP address to restrict the API key. And once you've added the IP address, click on Done and then click on Save. And now the API key is successfully restricted using that IP address. So now let's copy the API key and head back to WP Maps. And once we are here, we'll go to the Administrator tab over here. Go to the Google Business tab here. So firstly, we will turn on Google Business Synchronization. Then we will select the fields that we want to sync with our Google My Business profile. Let's synchronize ratings and reviews. Then we'll paste the API key which we just restricted over here. And we will select the interval for the updates. Let's set it for every day. And then we will click on Save Settings. And we will validate the API key by clicking on Sync Options. Click on Validate. And the API key is indeed valid. So before we proceed, we will need to manually sync the information once so that the results can be seen immediately. So click on Manual Sync. And as you see, the two stores for which we got the Place ID have been updated and synchronized. So now let's head over to the Widgets tab. And since we updated the store information in the Stores tab, we will need to press the update button once so that the build is updated. Then we'll click on the options button here and click on customize, and over here we will add the review button and the rating field. So I click on call to action, give the review button our name, let's call it our reviews, and select the review button in the data field, click on add link, and you can see the review buttons have been added. Let's move it above the website button here. Now let's insert the rating field, click on rating over here, and then click on add field to add the star ratings. Here it's been added. Let's move this below the opening hours. Now let's click on save changes. So now let's see how our store locator widget looks like. Click on options and then click on preview. So as you can see, the information on our Google My Business profile has been added on the store list for the 2 stores that we synced. Let's click on our reviews. Through here we can see the reviews that are on our Google My Business profile, and they have been now synced with our store locator widget. And also the rating fields has also been added to the 2 stores. So that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching and have a nice day.